All right, bro. So you want to know what it takes, what you really need to do to build that dream physique? Well, first of all, let me say if you don't have it yet, if you can't take off your shirt when you go to the beach, you are missing out on such an amazing life quality, life experience. So, the number one thing you need to do as a young guy or a guy in their 20s, 30s, you need to actually set a realistic goal because this is where I see people go wrong. You want to get in shape, and maybe you're doing some good things. You're tracking your calories. Maybe you do that here and there, and you probably go to the gym. That's not too hard. Honestly, that's the bare minimum. Going to the gym a couple times a week, and maybe you've been already doing that for a little while. But here's the problem. You do that, you weigh yourself, you're seeing the number on the scale go down. Maybe you're able to lose a couple pounds, but you still aren't there yet. You still aren't looking like an aesthetic Greek god. You just don't have it yet. You know why? It's because stepping on the scale, tracking your macros, lifting, maybe doing cardio, it's not everything. There's still more you can do. And you know what that is? You know what it's going to take? Time. It literally is the time, and people will just want to rush it. They're too focused on the end result, and you're comparing yourself to other people you see on social media. You see some dude who's like David Lade, and you see some guy with millions of followers on Instagram, and you're comparing yourself to him. You want to look like him, and you're too focused on that end result. You're too focused on getting jacked, building the frickin' physique, looking at the numbers on the scale, getting worked up about it, looking at other external factors when you really should just be comparing yourself now to where you started. And you have to be taking progress pics. That's one thing I wish I did when I first started, because when you do that, you can see where your starting point was and where you're at now. If you just step on the scale and that's all you track, then you're just going to be getting worked up about these numbers and this external factor, but the scale doesn't say everything. The mirror will show a lot more as well. And so that's why you have to take progress pics. On top of that, you need to be setting yourself a realistic time frame. If you're not jacked right now and it's only been 3 months, well, that's why. It's not going to take 3 months. It's going to take, I'd say, a bit more like 3 years to build a truly aesthetic physique. It can be done faster, but be realistic about it. Say I want to get jacked, but it's going to take me 3 years, 5 years. I want to get in shape, but it's going to take me that long. Not going to take me 3 months. Because you can lose belly fat really fast. You could lose 20 pounds and pack on muscle in just 90 days. But to have this level, this insane amount of muscle mass, that's what's going to take a bit longer to build up. So you need to build that foundation, and the way you can build that foundation is from lean bulking. But but if you're fat, you've got way too much belly fat, you can't see your abs. First thing to do is cut. Get rid of the stubborn belly fat. Get it in a lean physique first. Get lean first so you can actually do that lean bulking phase without having to stop and bulk for longer. When you already start out lean, you can bulk for longer. So what it really takes is actually giving yourself a longer time frame and not thinking about the end result, thinking about the process, falling in love with the process. So when you go to the gym, you're not just going to the gym just to go to the gym. You're going to the gym to hit a PR, to compete with your previous self and beat your previous self. That's what it really takes. And as long as you can enjoy that process and continue to go to the gym every single day or at least 3 to 5 times a week, bro, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, where do you think you would look like? Where do you think you would be? But the problem is maybe you just haven't been doing it for 5 years. And maybe some people do it for 5 years and they still look like shit. You know why? They don't progress. They don't focus on beating their previous self. They only focus on the end result. It's not about the end result. Look, you should have the mindset of a guy who's already jacked and do his habits, do his things, tracking the macros, eating clean, hitting your protein goal, lifting the 315, lifting a lot of weight, getting strong, but that's just not it as well. You just have to progress. You can't just go to the gym and go through the motions. You have to actually track these things, not just your diet, but your weights as well, and track the sleep. There's other external factors that could be really affecting your progress. It's not as simple as step on the scale, eat a little less, work out, follow a diet. No, no, there's a lot more that goes into it. If that's what you're looking for, that next level physique, the physique where people respect you, you have to do the extraordinary things that the average person won't do. It only makes sense. You want extraordinary results, but you're still doing average habits, average things. These things, that's what's that's what's holding you back. That's why you're in the position you are right now. It's because of your habits. And so some of the biggest habits that I see and that I did that got me stuck with where I was at was binge eating. Eating clean throughout the entire week, and then, oh, I'm getting a little sugar craving right now. I'm gonna go through my fridge and I'm gonna binge eat. You know what that does to you, bro? That literally just ruins all of the hard work you've been doing, and it sets you back so far. So that's just one of the habits that you could be having that's ruining your progress. Another one, maybe it's, oh, I don't know, skipping the gym to because of a meeting, because you don't have enough time for it. Really? You don't have enough time for the gym? 3 hours a week. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. 3 hours a week, 3 days a week, 1 hour in the gym. Wait. But you can't go to the gym because it's too far away, because you've got work. Then do a home workout. Get a pair of 20-pound dumbbells. Start doing lateral raises, start doing biceps, start doing pull ups. You got to do whatever it takes. And so if you're going to the gym, but then you're stopping 1 week because, oh, work came up and you can't afford to go to the gym because you've got a meeting, bro, you can always do push-ups and a couple lateral raises and a home dumbbell bicep workout at home. You can always do something, right? And that's another mistake I see. People get stuck in the all or nothing mindset. So you think you can't do a workout just because you don't have enough time to go to the gym. You can always do it at home. You can always do it whenever you got to do with what you got. You got to work with what you got. And so if you don't always have access to the gym, do something at home. Do some walking. A lot of people are lazy and they think, oh, walking's so hard. I don't want to go for a walk right now. Do you realize how shitty you will feel if you don't go for a walk? Do you realize what walking does for your mindset? When you go up, as soon as you wake up in the morning, you can get 15 to 30 minutes of sunlight in your eyes. Do you realize how that's going to lower your cortisol, lower your stress, make you in a better mood, and also improve your sleep? You have no idea what you could be missing out. If you're not doing these things, you're missing out on that next level of quality of life experience. So what it takes is that consistency, that constant improvement in fixing the bad habits that you're doing right now. So it's replacing those with better ones. What should you replace them with? I'll tell you right here. So instead of drinking alcohol and having all these sugary chasers, instead of eating all this boring food and then cheating on your diet, no, this is what you do. You have a flexible diet. It's called flexible dieting. It's called fitting food into your macros, the foods you enjoy. It's called macro manipulation. So you might just think, the only reason he's jacked is because he eats chicken, rice, and broccoli. No, that is not the case at all. You can eat really good tasting food that are lower in calorie, higher in protein. Instead of eating a pizza, you eat a protein pizza. Instead of eating a cookie, you eat chocolate, protein, peanut butter, oatmeal. Instead of eating sushi, you can make a poke bowl that's higher in protein, a little bit of less carbs. That's what you need to do. You need to fit the foods you enjoy into your macros, and then stop cheating, because you're not cheating because it's just part of your diet. That's how you can make sustainable long-term results. That's how you fix the diet. Once you got the diet fixed, I gotta add more movement into your day, because a lot of people way too sedentary, working on their desk all day long. Absolutely not. So like I said, a 30-minute walk in the morning, right when you wake up. Wake up early if you have to. You don't have enough time, wake up early if you have to. Then go to the gym, maybe even walk to the gym. Don't drive, no, walk. Maybe get a dog, start walking your dog. Maybe walk 10 minutes after every single meal to help your digestion. Because if you feel bloated all the time, maybe that's why. And the best thing to stop the bloating is to do a 10-minute walk after a meal to help the digestion. As well as just like inviting somebody and hanging out with friends, talking to people on the phone, talking to people, and walking. You don't need to just hang out with somebody and then play video games and that's the only way you talk to them, or you don't need to hang out with somebody and just sit at a desk all day and then you have a chat with them at the desk. No, go out, invite somebody out for a walk, and then you can multitask. You can even get work done. Get a walking pad and do work while you're getting activity in if you can. If you know that's really what it's about. It's fitting these extra steps, these extra little good habits, and replacing them with the old ones, with the shitty ones. What you need is to just get busy, fill up your time with better things. So that's what it takes. It's making some sacrifices. It's setting realistic goals. It's focusing on you where you started from and progressing, not comparing yourself, only focusing on the end result, the six pack, the amazing biceps. No, it's figuring out the day-to-day things you need to do to get your dream physique. So focus on beating your old self, getting stronger, replacing your bad habits, staying consistent, and actually just enjoying the process. And I'm telling you, 5 years from now, if you do all these things, you're going to have that gym. You're going to have that dream physique. But that is what it takes. If you're looking to fast track the progress, get way more accountability so you don't fail, so you don't quit, and have a step-by-step blueprint that's going to allow you to drop 20 pounds in 3 months and pack on muscle, apply for one-on-one coaching, link in my bio. I'll reach out to you. I'll see if you're a good fit. I appreciate you guys sticking to this video. If you got any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Peace.